majority of us as young people, we don't have money, including myself as well, including yourself as well. We don't have money. So it'll be hard to save something you don't have. That's number one. Number two, it will be hard for someone to save while they haven't never learned what's the value of saving.
With no end goal.
Yeah. What's the value of saving? What are you saving for?
An end goal. Yeah.
We don't have that end goal because, especially as the youth, we are being.
And it's never free time, you know where the east where we live. East side, California, Cape for the kids. And my team white, we don't really care what you did. And I'm busy popping with my gang, yeah we live. Never free time, you know where the east where I live. East side, California, Cape for the kids. And my team white, we don't really care what you did. And I'm busy popping with my gang, yeah we live.
You know how we ride, we reppin' the east side.
Disclaimer. The opinions and topics expressed on this show by the host do not necessarily reflect those of Kwetche. Additionally, the views and the opinions of the guest do not reflect those of the host and Kwetche. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Kwetche Season 1, Episode 8. We are moving so fast.
Dude, episode 8.
Episode 8. Episode 8.
Oh,
1, 2,
man,
3,
you're
4,
moving,
5,
you're
6, 7, 8. You know, a beautiful spring. I hope you guys are having a good spring. You know, spring started recently. I hope you guys are chasing your purpose, reaching your goals, trying to become the best person you're trying to become in the future. I'm your host, Brian Bongo Kwetche, founder of Kwetche Enterprises. And enough of that, enough about me, enough about the intro, enough about me. Today is a special day. Today, I am with. He graduated the L.L.B. Bachelor of Law. Do you know how hard that is? And he's currently studying the Master of Law, LLM. Do you know how hard that is? Not many people make past the undergraduate stage. That's to show you how focused this guy is. He was on SABC News discussing the need to create a money saving culture in South Africa. Yes, you heard me right. SABC News, the one you watch on TV where it's next to ETV, SABC3. Yes, that SABC. He was there live. He has his own YouTube channel with over 17,000 subscribers discussing financial education of, you know, the way to make more money, investments, you know, advising you guys to find loopholes in the investment market. And also, not only that, he has his own podcast on Spotify with over 3,000 weekly listeners around the world. 3,000 weekly listeners on Spotify. The Student Investor Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today I'm with the man, the myth, the legend, Ivyn Sambo.
That intro just made me feel so important. I'm like, yeah, man.
Man, like I hope I said your surname right, Sambo. Did I say it right?
Sambo's like say it correctly. And funny enough, that's not actually my surname, but that's the topic for another day.
Okay. Yeah.
That's just a name I use online, but we'll get into it one day.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah.
You've touched so many people's lives. I don't think you understand that, especially the youth. You've made me understand the value of the rand. You've made you with your content. You know, you are so active. You are hitting the gym every day. You show people that you want to make the most of your life. You know, I see you hit the gym every day, bro. How's the gym? How's the gym?
Oh,
you look good.
I have not been in the gym in the past week. I took a break last week. When it was recess for campus, I was like, let me take a recess from gym as well. But I, to be honest, I love the gym. I am hooked into it. And funny enough, I was a guy like before. If you knew me before COVID-19, you just remember how skinny I was.
I saw in your old videos, yeah. Literally, it's a transformation. It's literally but it's a good transformation.
And I was like, a friend of mine who loved going to the gym called Nzolo. I always used to laugh. I'm like, why the hell are you wasting your time in the gym? This other time, he was like, come, join me for 2 sessions, just 2. And it was the most horrible 2 sessions of my life. But you know when you complete something and
you see growth.
Not see growth, but your bodies hate you for it. But you keep on pushing it. That thing, man, that's made me, I don't know what to call that feeling, but it made me say, let me come back more. Just after that, like I went more and more and more. And I start seeing the transformation. I start seeing, like, bro, I went from 59 kg to now sitting to almost 90 kg.
Wow.
Pure muscles.
Wow.
Just pure muscles.
Wow. Is it the discipline behind, or is it also the discipline behind gymming that you enjoy the most? Like, does it also affect other areas in your life? That's why you also enjoy.
I think the gym just amplified something that already existed in me. That I'm not one of those people that I don't want to be defeated. If I start something, I don't want it to defeat me. I went to the gym. First time I got this feeling, I loved it. I was like, okay, let me go more. Let me try to lift this weight. I keep on trying to lift more. Like, I don't want to be defeated. I'm like, I want to finish that entire. You know when you go to dumbbell.
How much can you lift?
Now
I'm very curious.
Dumbbells. I do 42 now. No, is it 42? Yeah, I do 42 now.
Yeah.
I do 42 now. Like I don't want to be defeated. I want to finish that bench, that roll. I want to finish it all.
But that's impressive because I mean, not many people can. Carry 42 kg and you carry it as a dumbbell.
Bro, I'm not good in the bench press because that's my week. I think I do 140 there. Bench press. I don't know. People will say if you master the dumbbell, you can master the bench press. But for me, it's the other way around. Yeah. For me, it's the other way around. Yeah. I just enjoy dumbbells.
Yeah, that's the beauty of gymming. That's the beauty of gymming. You've sort of associated your whole personality in the finance world. Budgeting, investment, and saving. But it must have started somewhere. What created the need for you to start save, and invest your money more? What was that bell in your mind that said, okay, no, let me not be reckless with money. Let me, look ways to make more money.
I think it goes back to my grandmother. I grew up living with my mother. My mother was a single mother. I lived with her until I think I was like 12 or 13. I lived with her. My mother was one of those women that was never good in managing money. Never good in saving money, never good in investing money, but she was good in finding ways to make money. You never go to bed hungry with my mom. She knew how to sell. My mother was a hustler. She'll be selling different things every single day. She'll go buy clothes in this town called Malelane and Nelspruit. Go buy clothes. They come sell in the township. She'll go buy like fish. Like she will sell a lot of things. So my mother always had an eternal drive. But when I arrived, I think I was 13, if I'm not mistaken, 13 or 12, to stay with my grandmother. My grandmother was an employed woman, had a job, a stable income. One thing she was good at was managing money, a skill my mother never had. And for me as a child, I've always been good in noticing things. So my grandmother, there's something that took me time actually to notice that my grandmother was forcing me to do things and be wise. Is that in the end of the month, my grandmother used to get around the 15th of each month. She would do all the grocery besides electricity. And every single time she would send me to go buy electricity. Even when she goes to town, goes to Pick and Pay or go to ShopRite, whatever the case may be, buy all the grocery, pay all the bills, she never paid electricity. She always came back home, gave me the money to go buy electricity.
Why?
And I never understood that. To me, I always thought my grandmother is being crazy. Why the hell would she do that? I always got frustrated around that. Until I was doing grade 10, I remember it was winter, and she sent me to go buy electricity. And I came back and I'm putting in there. I was like, in my mind, I was like, hey, bro, last month we were left with this amount of money. The months back, we were left with amount of units in the meter thing. So in my mind, I was like, subconsciously, this woman has been training me to know how to save electricity by knowing how much it cost. And knowing how much And it's the thing, and I've always been cautious about how I use electricity at home because I knew how much it cost.
Because of the fact that you were even exposed at a young age.
Yeah. Even during that time when I was still young, I used to be aware, okay, I need to switch off the lights because I know how much it cost. But I never was aware, like consciously aware. It's something that was happening subconsciously in my mind. So I think my grandmother instilled a lot of financial elements, financial thinking, what me recognizing that at a later stage, when I arrive at university, that when it clicked, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that, and I know how to do all these things because of her. Without even me realizing she was training me to do all those things. How to even save, budget, how to I had my first bank account when I was actually 12 when I arrived staying with her.
You also spoke about how you invested 1,000 rand.
Yeah, because that woman, and also I think because at the same time when she used to work for government, so she used to come back with a lot of brochures, right? And she was very straight, my grandmother, and she was a straight woman. So I think she thinks she wasn't straight, but to be honest, she was a straight woman. So she used
how strict? Like, when the headlights are on, you come back home?
I don't go out.
Oh wow,
that's strict. I come back from school, I stay in though. She never said don't go out, but the behavior, everything told me to stay indoors. I come back from school, I do my homework, I read books, I watch TV. And my grandma never bought any books. She used to bring a lot of pamphlets from work. So sometimes I'll get bored, I'll read those pamphlets. And I think because she was working for the Department of Human Settlement, sometimes she'll do events for the finance department in Mpumalanga. She'll come with a lot of financial brochures, a lot of talking about tax and all of those things, and I'll just get bored and I'll read it.
At such a young age.
Because I had nothing else to do. I was like, when I read this. And also, I think I was also antisocial as a child myself as well. Because I moved townships, right? I came from a small, open, community-based township. Then to go stay with my grandmother in a more fast-paced township where people there didn't care. Like, it's like
life is busy there.
It's busy there, and I was never know how to deal with such. So also myself, I was a little bit afraid to go out and network with people, talk to kids, play with other kids in the community. So I also subconsciously just locked myself in. So I think that allowed me to be in the room space to learn about finances. But I never loved finance. I always say, I don't love finances, guys. Legit, I don't love reading about financial statements. I love reading about companies legit. I don't love that.
Is that why you chose law?
Law is something I love.
Is that why you... Because I'm so curious, man. I'm so curious. Like, you're a law student, but from a person seeing you watching your content for the first time, would think you're a finance graduate. You dealt with finance.
No, I honestly don't have any passion or love for finance. I don't. But I understand that my privilege, let me use the word privilege. My privilege to be exposed to such level of knowledge at a young age, and growing up, continuing knowing more and more and more, and also now doing law, having the need to know how to analyze specific things. I have a higher privilege than other people do. So I have a more higher obligation to share, especially towards our generation, toward the black culture, the black community. I have a more higher responsibility to ensure the access to that information because there's not such. So I always say this. I don't have a passion for finance. I have an obligation toward finances. I don't have love for it. I just feel I have an obligation to share because I've been given a privilege to know what majority of our people don't know. So for me, that sense, okay, I have an obligation to do this. While with law, it's my purest passion. It's my love. Not practicing law, just learning about law because I don't want to practice law. I have no ambition to be an attorney or an advocate, whatever the case may be.
You just want to know.
I just want to understand the law and go help in governance. So that's what my passion is. That's what something I can get the 9-to-5 job and I won't cry every day doing that. While finance is just an obligation, a higher obligation I think I have, and I felt I've been given a gift of people loving how I explain things, and them, because of loving how I explain things, follow me and follow my account. So now I have a huge platform and I need to be responsible with it. So I think that's the idea I have.
Through that obligation, you speak about obligation, having an obligation to provide financial content to you have an obligation to the youth. Through that, did that fuel your obligation because of the fact that the South African system, like in high school, you know, I didn't learn about finance, investing until in university. So did you feel like you have an obligation because you saw that in the South African high school system, there's that gap that, you know, the youth they don't even know about easy equities, investing, all the type of stuff. I knew about investing later on in my life. So did that fuel your obligation that, okay, no, this is what the South African government is failing in. Let me just try feeling that.
I'm sorry. I may say something that's unpopular. I'm speaking with ignorance, and I will take accountability if I am. But I feel the education system is created as a framework, not as a full-blown skeleton with flesh and everything to make a human. In our education system, we're given, for example, my high school, I remember being taught about how to calculate interest, how to calculate compound interest. We remember being taught in EMS about the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, what actually it does. They didn't go into detail, but that's why I always say, I can't blame our education system. They give us the framework, but there's also high responsibility amongst our parents, amongst our community, amongst ourselves as individuals, to even add to that. So I typically don't like saying the education system has failed. I believe it has done its part, but we as society have failed our part, that we are afraid to take accountability ourselves, and we blame the system itself. We blame our education system itself.
So we're using the education system as an excuse as to why we're not doing well in what we're doing.
Because I remember, I'm not sure, maybe it's me with ignorance. Maybe my high school teacher was going above and beyond a duty of call. But I remember this gentleman teaching me about compounding interest. I remember this gentleman teaching me about how to calculate savings, how you can put money in bonds. I remember my EMS teacher, because I stopped learning finance when I did EMS. I didn't do anything above EMS. But I remember this man taught me all of this. I remember this gentleman explaining what a security is. How under security we have bonds, we have this, we have that. I remember that.
And that fueled your curiosity of wanting to know more.
Because when I got back home, I would read the scriptures about things that already...
What is security?
Yes.
What is that?
So that's why I don't blame the education system. It's not perfect. There's a lot we can say that needs to be done to be added to the education system. There's a lot of things that we need to reform it. Yes, I agree with that. But it's not our education system's fault that we don't know. And it's also, I think we as society also need to take an obligation to learn more. Take accountability as well. What are you teaching your sisters? What are you teaching your family members? What conversation are being had in the family itself? What conversation are you having with your partner as well? You may be dating, but what are your finances? How are you guys ensuring that you're upskilling yourself in your finances as a couple? With your wife, if you're married, with whatever, even your circle of friends. So I think we also need to take accountability, because if we keep on pointing to the education system, it's not fixing anything, and the education system won't be fixed anytime soon. So I think that's my understanding, man. But at the same time, I still blame the education system. There still can be things to be done, but it's not 100% its fault. Yeah.
We have to also take accountability of the issue at hand. That's a good point you raised there. You know, same thing along those lines. At the end of the day, also saving money requires discipline. Accountability is the first step.
And how can you say this is the school's job to teach you discipline? That's a parent's job. Let's be honest. That's a parent's job to teach a child discipline. You can't put all of that. That's parenting. You can't put parenting to be done by someone who's just an educator, a teacher, to teach discipline. But at the end of the day, even if the school teacher can say, yes, this is saving how it works, I would think that child without no level of discipline, no level of self-awareness or drive or goal will go and save that money, will go buy those shares. They don't have the level of discipline or the level of drive. And you can't say this is the teacher's fault. They don't have that. Sometimes we as society need to take accountability. And install those values to ourselves. I'm not saying, again, I repeat, I'm not saying our education system is perfect. I'm not saying our education system is one of the best in the world. But I'm saying it is a framework. It will have its flaws, and it has its flaws. But as well, what are we as society, as parents, as siblings, as partners doing to add and assist the education system?
Because also at the end of the day, nobody's gonna save us, because I feel like us as society, us as human beings, when stuff isn't going well for us, we try to look for why is it not going for us. We try to look for an excuse instead of finding the root of it, finding it within myself. Why didn't I understand it? We try to look for excuses into, okay, I didn't understand this because so and so did that. Yeah. But we fail to take accountability, especially as the youth, especially as us as the youth. That's a very good point right there. You know, you sometimes interact your content. You sometimes interact with uni students. You know, university students. You've been an undergraduate as well. You know, you associate your content with young adults as well. Through your interaction with, I mean, people even send you emails, people DMing you, you know, talking to you about their experiences. In your opinion, why is it hard to save money? Why is it hard to save money, people our age per se?
I always said this, how can you save something you don't have? People always say, yeah, but young people are going to groove every weekend, blah, 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 blah. My thing is this. Majority of us as young people, we don't have money. Including myself as well. Including yourself as well. We don't have money. So it'll be hard to save something you don't have. That's number one. Number two, it will be hard for someone to save while they haven't never learned what's the value of saving.
With no end goal.
Yeah. What's the value of saving? What are you saving for?
An end goal. Yeah.
We don't have an end goal because especially as the youth, we are being hit with a lot of issues. We're being hit with a lot of problems that we're dealing with. That we don't even know what do we want in our life. What career path. So tell me, why will I save money? So I think we need to go back to the conversation of what exactly do we want in our life? What are our short-term goals? What are our long-term goals? I know this may sound like a motivational speech type of thing, but I'm being honest. Those are the two main reasons: lack of income, lack of the end goal of what we want. And I think I would say the third one as well is failure to trust the institution itself. We as young people in South Africa have lack of trust towards the institutions. When I say institution, I mean the banking institution. We have been brainwashed for the longest time, and I may blame this to this book called Rich Dad Poor Dad. I don't like that book. It brainwashed a lot of young people.
Why is it so popular though?
Because it has a lot of clickbites. There's a lot of one of those books that it makes you feel good about yourself. It makes you. It has words and buzzwords that if you read it, you think you have gems, you have found gold. While it's not. That book demonizes. I had this conversation with, remember the WC last week was hosting student entrepreneurship in Daba, where students from all over South Africa came to UWC who are into entrepreneurship, business investment, and all of that. So I had the pleasure to interview some of the few and conversation with a lot of them. And one gentleman said to me from University of Limpopo, said to me, I don't believe in saving because my money doesn't grow. Then I asked, what's the aim of saving? Define saving for me. He said, is to build wealth. But I'm like, that's not the definition of saving. That's the definition of investment. Saving is to secure your current wealth. Saving is to secure your whatever you have now. If I have 5 rand now and I'm putting it aside, it's a 5 rand I'm already having and I'm setting it aside and I'm putting it as security. I'm saving in case something goes wrong. You see, so but the book about rich dad about this stall, because he was quoting the way he was saying words, I could hear that. Okay, he read this book. I have read the report that Rich Dad twice, so I know what someone is speaking from.
You read it twice to have a clear understanding.
I read it first in high school. I think I was doing grade 9 when it was very popular. I think it was the time it came out. It was very popular. I was dating this other girl and she knew I love finance and she bought me that book. I loved that book that time. I used to quote it a lot. I arrived at UWC. I had a Twitter war with someone. I forgot this lady's name on Twitter, right? And she quoted something from the book, right? But I was like, but this is wrong. Then I went back to read the book again. And I was like, no, this book is misleading us.
So now as a more older age, because you said that you read in high school, as a you were still a teenager, so you could say your mind wasn't really
Developed that much
to understand what the book was really saying. Now, you went back to it at an older age. Now that
I won't say the book is 100% wrong, Shem. There's a lot of principles and tools that it teaches. There are a lot which I still stand by. But the issue around saving money, the issue around property, that book is written from an American context. Some of these things are practical in South Africa. So I think you need to read it with some grain of salt. So I think that's the issue as well. That book is also instill a level of untrust amongst the people who've read it towards saving, because they think saving is for security, is for wealth creation, wealth security. Savings for security. Savings for you saying the next 3 months I want to buy this PlayStation. This PlayStation costs 5,000 rand. So every month I'm gonna save whatever amount of money so I can reach that 5,000 rand to buy this PlayStation, right? Because you will be guaranteed to have that 5,000 rand if you follow that process at the end of a specific timeline. But when you say I'm gonna invest money to buy a PlayStation, you are putting your money at risk for higher gains. Because investing is you taking risk for higher return. While saving, you're taking security for lower returns. You are lucky. I always say this: you are lucky to have Time Bank and Standard Bank who are giving us interest rates which are above inflation right now. They're not supposed to, because you're saving, but we are lucky to get that. We're saving money, you can get interest rates which are above inflation. So you must be grateful for those things. But at the same time, I always say the definition of saving is truly being intertwined with the definition of investment, and we are missing the plot. We are missing the plot.
That's facts right there. You know, you spoke about the importance of having an end goal. You know, before I bumped into your content, in my Easy Equities account, my investment wouldn't even last 2 weeks. Because I was just saving, I was just investing, trying to make money, but I didn't have a list of end goals. I didn't have a list of, okay, now what do I really want to do with this money when it reaches this certain time? But you know, there's an episode I watched of yours on your podcast, and literally after that episode, I literally wrote down a list of all the goals I want to achieve now. You know, and now, you know, because of your content, you know, my Easy Equities account is at a stable amount because of the list I have. Okay, what do I actually want to do with this, with the money I have? That made me curious. What's your ultimate end goal?
In terms of investments or just life?
In terms of investments, with the money you have now. Yeah, what's your ultimate end goal?
In terms of investments
investments, like within your Easy Equity account, you know.
To be genuine and to be honest with you, right? This year I've been asking myself that question. And I think it goes back to exactly understanding our life, right? Goals change. I'm at a stage in my life where my goals are changing and my investments needs to change. For the first time this year, I withdraw money from my Easy Equity. I never had, but this year I have been withdrawing, putting my money to another new investment. I'm not ready to go deep into that, but my goals, my ambition are changing this year, and I'm redefining who I was, because to be honest with you, my investment goal always been structured around, I want to come to Cape Town, I want to get my L.L.B degree. After getting my L.L.B degree, I want to go get a job back home in Mpumalanga provincial government, work there as a compliance or regulatory policy or researcher in the legislature. That has always been my goal, and my investment has always been structured around those goals. But in 2021, I realized I'm not made for practice. I went to do work and I realized I'm not made for practice. I'm not made for being in the legal space or being an attorney. I don't like that.
You don't like the office environment?
I love the office environment, but I don't love being a lawyer as being like an attorney, being in front of the court. So last year I made a decision that I just want to stay in academia. I want to do more research. I want to
enhance your knowledge.
Enhance my knowledge in that field, and I want to actually one day work for a municipality and redefine my whole life. So I've redefined what my goals I have. So that made me to now change my investment goals to fit into that, to fit where I want to see myself now. There's some companies I had to sell because I bought them for 5-year plan. Now I don't have that 5-year plan. I had companies where I had to say They were part of my short-term strategy, but I don't have that short-term strategy now. It has changed now. It's like a 6-year plan. So I had to redefine, I had to reinvest, I had to look into more international investments. I wanted to move more of my money into international than local than I did before. Because I was investing local because I had a lot of short-term goals. So right now I'm at a stage where I'm truly trying to define where I am. I'm truly trying to understand where I want to go with my investments as well. I'm settled with my career, where I want to go with my career. I love what I'm doing currently, but I still yet to see how can I restructure my investments to fit that. That's why when I started, I said I'm still trying to find my investment long-term goals now. I have my short-term, I have my 5-year plan. I need to now go back. What exactly is my mid-term now? What's my next 15-year goal? What's my 20-year goal? I need to find that. And also, that's not something wrong as well at the same time, because I appreciate the fact that I can realize that. And it also goes back to that sometimes we must not allow plans or goals we set 5 years ago to determine where we are now. Sometimes you as a person can grow faster than your goals, you can go slower than your goals. And sometimes it's okay to readjust your goal to fit to the pace you have at a specific time.
Yeah, because sorry to cut you there, because I realized on your YouTube video, you always make YouTube videos of like your investment plan for 2022, investment plan for 2023, like your investment plan for 2022. That's when I realized how forward thinking you are. You even thought about, I mean, because you graduated this year, and then you so your plan was you had a plan of how the money you're gonna save for the first 4 months of this year, last year already. That's how forward thinking.
And also I remember I had to sell some companies as well, because I remember there's some 5 companies I bought in the GSE just for graduation, and I had to sell them this year just to each out their money. And I was telling people like there are some companies I bought shares from, and this year I've been selling them because the aim of them was for me to sell them when I graduate. When I get this degree, sell their shares and chow it. No reason. And also that's another thing as well that people must have in their mind, especially young people. Don't be afraid to create goals of spoiling yourself. Don't be afraid to create goals to like celebrate you. Like legit, to be honest, when I graduated, I took all my family members, nearly five. My grandmother, my aunt, my mother, my stepmother, and my father. Took them to Cape Town. First time them came to Cape Town, paid everything, took care of them. 5 days in Cape Town, shot on the best of Cape Town, blew that man like no one's business, and I'm proud of it.
Because at the end of the day, you only live once.
You won't. You will. Like also, and I think as well. Let's not. I'm saying let's also save for level of joy as well. Let's save for a level of comfortability as well. Sometimes the reason we stop saving, the reason we stop investing, sometimes we're so deeply hooked in having serious goals that you forget you're young. You forget you're human. You forget that you still need to celebrate you. And celebrating you sometimes doesn't mean you to hit big milestone goals. Sometimes it needs you to say, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to go buy shares of Tesla for 5 years or for 4 years or 3 years, whatever the case you choose. When I reach a specific timeline, maybe me being able to invest every month in Tesla until I reach that period, let's say 2 years, investing, let's say 100 Rand per month on Tesla for 2 years. I'm going to sell shares of Tesla no matter what position Tesla is at. I'm going to take this money and go to Durban for a weekend and just blow it. Sometimes we need to do that. Don't feel shame about it. Don't feel embarrassed about it. It will help you with your confidence so hard, because you'll be celebrating your level of discipline of staying true to those goals for that 5-year period or 3-year period.
And on top of that, you made a joke you made a joke about you don't want to be 60 in the club wearing skinny jeans.
Dude, imagine. I don't want to do that. Dude, I want. Maybe I'm traditional, but I want to.
You have a point, though. Very good point. It's a very good point.
I love going out. If those people go to my Instagram, they'll see I enjoy going out with my friends. I love wine tasting, not even drinking wine. But I love drinking wine, enjoying my life, because I say, let me do what I need to do as a young person now. When I hit my 30s, and time for me to settle down and be a family man, I want to be a family man. I don't want to be an old man named Kaba, a Capelos now, dealing with what 2000 at my late stage. No. At that time, I want to be reading a newspaper with my wife outside the porch, watching our kids.
Because you've already lived your life now. Now you want to relax.
I want that. So I want my investment as well to empower that. You see, I want that as well.
That's a good point you raised there, because I mean, people forget to have fun. You know, as simple as that, people forget to have fun. As much as people are so goal driven to make money and to build wealth, people forget to have fun. And fun in life is the most important thing. You don't want to end up being miserable for the rest of your life, saying, oh, I wish I did this. I wish I did that with my money. I wish I did this. As much as you are saving money, but you made a good point of.
Listen, I'm a big advocate of saving money, a big advocate of investing, but I'm also a big advocate of living, having fun, achieve all your goals, whether social, career-wise, financially. We can do it all. We can do it all. I'm all for that. Yeah.
That's dope, bro. That's very dope. You know, now that you balance your social life and also your content creation, also university life as well, you know, what financial mistakes did you try avoid as a student, especially as an undergraduate student? Because, you know, we make is getting student credit cards, shop credit cards from the shop a mistake as a student?
I've been privileged enough not to make credit mistakes while I was still in undergrad. And it's not a privilege. I think, how can I put this? I never had issues with debts when I was an undergrad. That there was a point this year, actually. I think this year is the defining year for me. I love this year as much as I'm making a lot of mistakes this year, but I love it because it defines my character. This year,
and you still young. You're still young. So I mean, like, you don't wanna. I mean, it's better to make the mistakes now than when
make
you're 50.
It late. Yeah,
it's already late. You know?
Very true. I think one of the biggest mistake that I have made financially was I think it was taking a credit card too early and having
like a normal bank credit card.
Yeah, because I qualified for I had a credit card when I was doing my 4th year. I did a 5 years with WC. So in 2021, I had my first credit card with Standard Bank. I used it very well, never overspending, never outrouted. This year, I closed my Standard Bank one. I was like, okay, I don't like their fees. I was paying I think it was like 60 Rand extra fees than the one I have now. So I went to Discovery, got the Discovery credit card. I don't know what is it with Discovery. It led me to take life insurance, take fertility point. I think that's a mistake I have fallen for now, which I'm trying to correct. Because I don't know, maybe it was when you take Discovery, you fell victim to all the ecosystem that comes under Discovery. I now have a life insurance with them. I have medical aid with them. I didn't even need all of those things. I think in June, I canceled the medical aid. I'm like, I already have a hospital plan. What the hell do I need
why do you need to pay extra?
Yeah, why do I need a medical aid for? So I think my biggest financial mistake I have fallen for was the credit card from Discovery leading me to take all the Discovery products. But luckily, I noticed a mistake. I don't need all those things. I don't need vitality. To be honest, I gym at UWC. I pay 600 Rand the whole year for UWC gym. I don't need to go to Vision Active, so I don't need vitality
paying
point.
Extra transport.
I don't need that. I don't need all of that.
Yeah.
I don't need the medical aid. So, because I have a hospital plan with another provider. So I didn't need that. So I think that was my biggest financial mistakes I have made as a student. I was lucky I had never fall into credit debts early. I did not. I always keep my credit. I have debt. I don't lie. I have debt. I have clothing debt. I have a credit card. I use
but it's manageable.
It's manageable. Yeah. It's under the 30% utility. I mean, usage, right? I mean, usage, utility. What they call for now? I forgot that word now. It's under 30%, so I don't complain about my debt. I can pay them every month. Because you need debt to build the credit score. You need credit. So I have credit. But I have not fallen deep hole to that level of abuse of credit. But I have seen students do that. I have
like student loans and also
not student loan, but credit cards. clothing account and credit card are the biggest enemies to students. Clothing account, you'll be surprised
because of the freedom they get now that they're at home. Now that they're away from home, they're living their own life.
I knew someone who owed Range. You know Range, that store. That store for females. Cheap shirts, cheap shoes, and all of that. I'm not cheap. I'm sorry for using the word cheap. Affordable shoes. Because people want us to say affordable now. You can't say cheap. I knew such a student in her second year owning that store plus minus 8,000. 8,000 in their second year. Already have 8,000 rand in debt. And he came to me and like, hey, Ivyn, I need help with this. And I was like...
And getting blacklisted is no joke.
Actually, there's nothing as being blacklisted in South Africa, but the credit score will suffer. You should listen to there's a lady on what's her name, Nicolette Mashile. She does a very beautiful explanation about that. In South Africa, there's no such thing as blacklisted. What? You can't blacklist South Africa. There's no such thing.
Then what if I can't pay? It's a thing of I can't pay my house.
You can be insolvent. You can be insolvent, but there's nothing that's being blacklisted that okay, the other credit store they must not give you. No. Some of them will not offer you because you cannot use payback your loan. Your credit score is low, but there's no things like blacklisted like back in the days where they will write down names of people that are supposed to get credit. There's no such thing now.
Oh, okay. Oh, because like I always thought that there was a thing of if you don't end up paying for stuff.
That was what I was. There's a video by this lady called Nicolette Mashile.
Check it out. Definitely.
You must check out. Yeah. She does a proper explanation about this. Beautiful explanation about it. Yeah.
No, that's actually. No, I'm actually check it out. That's actually. I know you're also deep into crypto as well.
Oh yes, I'm a big fan of crypto.
Do you know the story of Da Vinci Jeremy?
No.
He's So let me tell you the story. So Da Vinci Jeremy, you know when Bitcoin was still early in its early days, 2013, $1. He told people buy Bitcoin for $1. Buy Bitcoin for $1. Stack it, save it. Buy Bitcoin for $1. People were like, nah, it's a waste of money. That guy literally bought 10,000 Bitcoins in 2013. Now he's living life, and he literally has a t-shirt saying "I told you so." He literally said, "Have a t-shirt, I told you so." So, you know, one thing about crypto, because I know you also talk about XRP. Are you a fan of XRP? Do you follow the XRP movement? Why do you invest in the cryptocurrency world?
I'm not a crypto pro. I'm not a crypto pro.
But you do talk about crypto on your.
I talk about crypto. I believe in the crypto technology that.
Metaverse and.
Yeah, I believe in the technology. I love the innovation it produced. I love what crypto has done in the African continent. It has allowed majority of our people in the African continent to have access to banking, to access to cross-border payment. I love how crypto has enabled small businesses in countries like Uganda, Nigeria, Kenya. Small businesses are able to make payments and send money to each other through crypto. I love what crypto has offered us. But I am not a crypto pro. I am not those NFT pros. I am not that side of crypto. I believe in the technology of it, and I invest in crypto because of the usage right of it, what it can actually bring. Like, for example, Ethereum with smart contracts. That's an amazing, innovative technology that we need in the African continent. So I would support that's why I always pick which crypto coin to support. I'm a big fan of usable crypto coin that have a usage right. I'm not gonna buy Dogecoin. I'm not going to support Dogecoin. To me, it's useless. Yes, Elon Musk can pump money into it, but is it useful? The only reason the Dogecoin is up is because Elon Musk pump money into it. But
you can literally say a tweet about it, and that's how it gains popularity.
But I am for crypto coins that are usable, that are helping innovate African continent or like up and coming countries, especially in South America. You see,
like your XRP. I know XRP and
you see, like I love that. So I'm in crypto because of the usage, right? I'm not there because it's like I want to decentralize money. I want to take down the banks, take down governments. I'm not.
And you see how they so heavy into it.
I'm not there. I'm like, crypto is coming in to fill a space where the institution has failed to fill. But crypto will not take down the institution.
Yeah,
It will not.
It's too big. The institution
is
just
too big. So I appreciate crypto to coming in and filling the space where the institution was not in. And I
not to replace it, just to work hand in hand with it.
Yes. The more we need to look at it more like that, and the more we look at it like more like that, the more crypto will be viable. More crypto will grow. More we'll see our money, the worth of it. Like the more we see it as crypto just filling the space where the institution has failed. But if you say crypto must take on the institution, crypto will lose heavily. The institution is too big. And also remember, the institution itself backs crypto indirectly. The crypto won't survive without the institution.
It's money at the end of the day.
It needs the institution. So I don't believe in selling dreams. Let's be realistic. Let's face reality. Reality is that crypto is just filling up the space where the institution has failed. It ends there.
That's facts. Facts. I'm not gonna lie. I'm deep into crypto because, like, you know, with the whole XRP issue. I don't know if you know the whole XRP issue where, like, there's one thing I realized about crypto is that it's heavily reliant on the outcome of, for example, with XRP, it's heavily reliant on like a lawsuit because, like, the SEC lawsuit. They're trying to arrange.
I think I know what you're talking about. But let's put it like this: Can we move crypto away from it being a anti-institution thing? It is not. It's part of the institution. So let's stop.
Yeah, there won't be like a crypto bank. I don't see it happening as well.
Let's see crypto what it's doing. Like for example, if you go throughout Africa and see the work that's been done with crypto in the African continent, you will appreciate it and see it as part of the institution and helping develop people. Instead of it being anti or whatever the case is. So that's my point of view with crypto. Am I heavy on it? No. But I have it on my portfolio. I think I own 6 or 7 crypto coins.
That's impressive. No,
not whole coins, just different type of coins.
Yeah, but that's still impressive, though. To diversify your portfolio.
Yeah, and I wanted to be too heavy on crypto last year. I wish I was too heavy on it. But I had a lot of things last year that holding me back to not reaching my full goals when I wanted to do with crypto. I set a specific target that I wanted to reach with crypto. I did not. And also currently my crypto wallet is scattered. I have cryptos in different platforms. Yeah, so I need to find a way to just sell everything and have one crypto wallet. I need to find a day and do all of that. But I am there. Yellow Card, I'm there. Vela, I'm there. What else? Binance, I'm there. I don't have a hard wallet. Like, sadly, I don't have a hard wallet. I know my friend, there's a friend of mine called Soul. She has a USB hard wallet.
That's
those hard wallets are expensive. I know they're secured, but they're expensive.
But those are hardcore crypto investors. What's the use of having I've never really understood. What's the use of having a USB, your crypto in USB? It's
because it can be hacked. The second is that USB is off the internet.
So if it's on, like, you mentioned the name Vela,
if Vela gets there, if they get hacked, I'm lost.
Wow.
Because it's not my crypto, it's their crypto.
But surely a big company like that it can be hacked. But
remember last year, that big what's came of that American guy, man. Wow. What's the name of that company, man? They went bankrupt. They were like Binance as well. But they were big. They were the third biggest platform in the world.
I know you're talking about.
You see what happened? I know how many people lost money. So if the same thing happened to Yellow Card, where I have crypto in, same thing happened to Vela, where I have crypto in, or Binance, where I have crypto in, I'm gone. I'm gone.
That's why you're not too heavy on it because of the risk it carries.
And also I haven't had time.
You're a moderate risk taker.
And also I don't have time to buy myself a USB and have my own crypto and my own wallet. But also at the same time, that's a risk. What if someone steals it and say, okay, I think it's a normal USB.
That's also another. So you have to put in like a safe somewhere saying XRP or crypto, do not touch. Do not touch.
Man. I'm not heavy on crypto, but I am for crypto. I support it. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, man. That's very, very interesting. Like, you know, I've always been curious about you. Like, how are you able to keep up with your content? I mean, like, you study law, and I mean, law is not an easy thing. And on top of that, you have to keep your viewers happy content with the type, because I mean, you have a podcast, YouTube channel, and you also do deals with companies as well. And on top of that, like, do you base your life on a timetable system where, okay, today I need to do this, that, tomorrow I need to do this, that. Is your life based on a timetable system? Is that how you're able to manage everything you do?
Not everything. I put a lot of things on my Google Calendar. I do put a lot of things on my Google Calendar, but some other things I just trust my brain. I may sound wrong, but other things I just trust my brain. And I also this may be a bad thing, but also I'm a last minute type of guy. I do it as well. Sometimes for example, I know I have a deadline on Friday. I know from Tuesday until Friday I get zero sleep. I live off Red Bull. I live off energy drinks. It's unhealthy, yes, but I have survived.
But you keep your body healthy by going to the gym and also trying.
But also that doesn't just justify the punishments I will put my body sometimes. I know when I have deadlines, especially academic deadlines, I will abuse my body very heavily. This other time I remember this year where I was drinking a Coke, coffee, Red Bull. Coke, coffee, Red Bull. Not having a proper meal, just having cornflakes and getting like few things and I will abuse my body. That the day I done submitting my work, I was done. I remember I slept for almost 18 hours. Like 18 hours sleeping. And that's the level of abuse I was giving my body. And that's not healthy. I need to work on my schedule. I need to work on my timetable. Luckily, my girlfriend now, she's very good in reminding me about things in advance. She keeps me disciplined now. I've seen that change. Like, she's like, oh, babes, you have this thing chewed this week. Don't forget. I'm like, oh, yes, let me do it now. I always try to keep a lot of professionalism, but sometimes I fail.
It happens.
Sometimes.
You're only human.
To be honest, I bite too much and I can chew. I think my biggest downfall will be the fact that I bite too much and I could chew.
And what do you mean by that? Like, you take so...
Sometimes I don't think I do. People say that's a good thing, but sometimes I feel it's a pain.
You strive for perfection.
Not even strike. Okay, I'm not a perfectionist. I say I do my almost best and I give you my best. If you think my best not perfect, that was my best for me. I give you my best.
As long as you know that.
If I know I'm my best, it's my best. I don't try to compete with anyone.
Yeah.
I don't
not try to
impress
anybody.
Yeah, I don't. But I think that when I chew too much, I can bite. That I go for. I bite too much, I can chew. That I go for everything without thinking. Sometimes I will take things that are not supposed to be taken by me. Sometimes I remember I had this big brand deal with this other company I won't mention yet because I don't want them to think I have negative heat with them. But that pitch did what was deserving of people who are bigger than me. But I went for it. And later on I was like, yes, I did a job. I think I did my best. But that wasn't supposed to be done by me. Because it stressed me the entire time.
And also how long it takes you to
reach that. And the entire process was overwhelming to me, emotional during that time. I'm done with the job. It was beautiful. They are happy. But emotionally was draining to me. I shouldn't done that. And they didn't ask me. I offered. So even right now, there's some projects I'm busy with right now where every day I have to do that project. I give it my almost best, but I'm like, I'm drained. I don't want to do this.
But you could argue that if it wasn't for you having that type of mentality, you weren't going to be where you at as successful as you are now. I mean,
yeah, true.
Because, I mean, it directly translates as to why you have 3,000 weekly listeners on Spotify. That's not something. It directly translates into other areas in your life.
True.
It made you the person
I won't take away. I would say this. My grandmother, I would say my drive to be big, my drive to not take a no as an answer and always say yes, I will do it. And but sometimes I will take things I don't even know how to do, but I will say I will do it and I'll find a way to do it along the way in what made me who I am. But it doesn't hurt to also recognize that sometimes that is emotional training. It doesn't hurt for me to recognize that. And I think that's why I'm saying I recognize that. I recognize the impact it has. Well, it does have an impact. And I know now I'm getting a little bit emotional, but there was time where, I think it was last year, where I nearly broke to a level where I was drinking nearly every Friday. I was having alcohol every Friday. Every weekend I was drinking because the entire week.
It was a release for you.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, I need to stop. I need to stop saying yes too much. Yes, I love the drive. Sometimes I enjoy it. But at the same time, later on, the same time, when I said, okay, I need to reduce, I miss that stress. Like, I miss that anxiety. I miss that drive. So it's a confusing thing, man. I can't be clear. I was like, I remember in November, I was like, yo, I have nothing to do. I have no email to type. I have no script to send out. I have no proposal to finish up. Like, where are those things?
Because of how you were so used to the work ethic you had. Yeah.
So it's a double-edged sword. But end of the day, I won't exchange it for anything. I won't exchange it for anything. I know it's painful, but I won't exchange it for anything.
And it made you the person who you are. I mean, we could argue that if it wasn't for you having that mentality, we wouldn't have known who Ivyn Sambo is.
Very true.
You know, so that's the thing. One thing I appreciate about you is that, even through your content, you make it easy to understand. Even for someone that you make a beginner understand your content as well. That's one thing I really appreciate about you, man. And I want to give you flowers on the show. I want to give you flowers on the show because, I mean, to be honest with you, bro, I might not be the only one saying this, but if it wasn't for you, most people my age wouldn't even understand what easy equity is. Yeah. People would think that even to invest in money, you need to go through lawyers. You make stuff so easy to understand. It's because of your work ethic. It's because of how you want to do your work. It's because of how you want to show the world what you do because of the work ethic you have, man. And I really appreciate you for that, man. I really, really do. And on top of that, it's been lovely having you on the show, man.
Thank you, man. Yo,
it's been.
I haven't noticed the time.
Yeah, we have a timer, and it's been an hour past.
I haven't noticed that.
We've been speaking. I didn't really feel it. No lie. I didn't really feel it. It felt like it was flowing. I got to know you better as a person.
I didn't notice. I'm like, yo, an hour is gone.
Yeah, it's how time flies. Time really.
No wonder you had that 3-hour long interview. No wonder.
You see, because when you actually think of it, time moves. We're already in September now.
Dude.
Crazy.
2023 is like 2017.
Yeah.
It's very fast. It's very fast.
So fast.
It's very
It's
fast.
like I still remember the first, how I celebrated New Year's.
Dude.
I still remember how I celebrated
Dude,
New Year's.
now it was April. I was in my graduation.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, hey, boo.
And you still remember everything you did in your graduation.
Dude.
What you did every day. It's crazy. Life is so crazy,
fast.
man. And it's a good point you made. At a young age, live life to the fullest. Don't be heavily strict on saving money. Live life to the fullest. It's a very good point you made. And I feel like you guys should also, as much as you guys want to save and invest money, have fun.
Yeah.
Have fun. Have fun and, live life to the fullest. It's been a wonderful episode, season 1, episode 8. I know a lot of my viewers know who you are, but just in case for the people that don't know who you are, which I highly doubt, where can they find you?
No, they can find me everywhere. I use the same name everywhere. It's Ivyn Sambo everywhere.
Ivyn Sambo. I'll put in the link.
Yeah, or they can just go to my website, which is www.ivynsambo.co.za. It feels very nice to say I have a website.
It makes you sound professional.
Yeah, but everywhere, every platform, I use every platform. Besides that thing called Thread, I don't even know why they created that thing. But
Thread, Mark Zuckerberg, because the whole beef of Mark Zuckerberg,
and Elon
so he
Musk
created that thing for it. It's
a waste of our time.
It's not even doing as well,
Yeah.
I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you guys have a splendid day later on. I'll say it once again, chase your dreams because you don't know how far those dreams can get to you. A lovely episode with the most impeccable, the man, the myth, the legend, Ivyn Sambo, man. It's been wonderful having you on the show, man.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
I'm
man.
really appreciative of you being on the show. You know, taking time out of your day just to come talk to me, man. That's really, I owe you that for. I owe you a favor.
Nah, thank you so much, man.
I
I
really
appreciate
owe
it.
you.
I enjoyed the interview, to be honest. I truly.
thank
And
you.
I think this is my second podcast. Is this? No, it's my third podcast.
Really?
But it's the first one was like video. The other two were like
it's mostly audio. I
Yeah.
see,
So this is
I
my
see.
third or my first video podcast. I was like,
see.
I wanna feel it.
Yeah, you want to have an experience of the experience of
Like talk
the
about
setting.
people talk. Oh, who
Yeah.
knows, man? You know, like now people go back to McG and watch the old ones.
Facts.
People the next 2 years we're going back to watch this or like I'm watching your old one. I want to see you on your big man. But now a lot of me like those people like, yeah, I was there. Yes, I think it was not the movie that there was a dinner on Ranaka
on
McG.
Yeah.
Back in the days. We look at McG now. Ah, man.
And you can also look back and see where you came from. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty
Yeah,
of
man.
it,
Video archive are the best thing
That's
to
the
have.
So
I
that
love
way
video archive.
to know where you come from,
Bro, video
how you started. Yeah.
And that's why, okay, I know we're supposed to round things up, but
no, continue.
that's why I always say this, man. I will always put my life there in public, not only just for people to see, but for documentation's sake. You know, sometimes I'll go onto Facebook and I'll look at videos from 2015, 2014, and you look at how far in life you have went.
How you grew.
Like, that boy didn't think he will be here now.
Yeah.
So video archive is the most beautiful thing out there.
It's a similar thing of, you know how you look at your baby pictures and you're like, wow. You know when you look at your baby pictures.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
you will be here.
Yeah, am I really? You know, I know that feeling. That's a
Yeah,
nice feeling
man.
to have, man.
But thank you so much for having me, man. I
Always
appreciate it, man.
appreciative of you
Appreciate it.
having, man. Have a good day, guys. I know we spoke a mouthful after me saying the outro, but I hope you guys have a good day. Season 1, Episode 8. Your host, Brian Kwetche, with Ivyn Sambo. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, leave a comment. Tell us what you think about the video.
And
leave your
share.
You heard him. Yes.
Share.
Yes. You can say that again.
Share it, guys. Share it. Tag us on Instagram when you're watching.
Yeah. Facts.
Yeah.
I hope you guys have a good day. Kwetche Season 1, Episode 8. Peace.
And it's never free time, you know where the east where we live. East side, California kid for the kid. And my team white, we don't really care what you did. And I'm busy popping with my gang, yeah we live. Never free time, you know where the east where I live. East side, California kid for the kid. And my team white, we don't really care what you did. And I'm busy popping with my gang, yeah we live.
You know how we ride, we reppin' the east side.